But again, it got to a point where I think people, Steve were talking about this morning, people see, everyone goes, well, we were at the Property Academy, weren't we? Everyone sees me and goes, oh, you're smashing it. It looks amazing. You've lost all this weight. But actually what they don't appreciate is that the last 4 months has probably been the toughest in a long, long period of time, both professionally and personally. And this is why there's things like Women Estate Agency is actually the perception of what people see on the outside world and what you put on social media can be very, very different to what the actual reality of life is. And it's like I posted after being at the Property Academy group, which is a really great, for me, that's been really helpful for me this year, is actually one of the biggest things that I've struggled with as a business owner is the fear of failure. So although it's been really successful, actually the thought of it just being the rug being taken away from me and it all going is actually
fear
even
grows,
more frightening.
doesn't it? As you become more successful.
Because you become more successful, the more you're thinking, oh my
I've had that.
God.
100%.
And it was really interesting that Peter Knight was saying that some of the most successful people he's worked with, they've all felt that as well. They've all felt that fear and that worry and that anxiety of that, so sometimes the more successful you become, the more stress, anxious, worry, overthinking that I never expected that. But now, because I've identified it and I understand that actually that I'm not just the only one. Because one of the things as well about being a business is can be a very lonely place.
Well, that's what I was just going through my mind at that point. And actually, when you go to the conference as a guy, you don't feel like you're a guy in a women's estate agency conference. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You feel very much included and a part of it. So the support's there and everything else. And actually, when it comes to business ownership, it is lonely.
Yeah.
Because most of your conversations are in your head.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the things us guys can really learn with and learn to be better at. And that's one of the most powerful observations that I've probably got of it, is how much it feels like it's a room together.
It has to. We wanted it to. The very first conference was, it was all about real people, real stories, real people in the industry. Like Anne Decker's, like I had no idea, and I've known her for years.
Wow.
I've known her for 10 years, and when she got up on the stage and told us her story, I was like, oh my God. But so it's that the Women in Estate Agency movement is very much about empowering people to be the best version that they can self, but also just realise we're all just normal people.
There's a story in all of us, isn't there?
There is.
And just on that, you said you kind of stepped down. I think you were going to say something. Was that because you just feel a bit overwhelmed, or you just want to just kind of, I've got too many things on my plate?
There was just so much going on. And I think I was working 6 days a week at the start of the year. Since I launched Atomic in 21, I'd put 3 stone on in weight because all I was doing was work. And I love doing what I do.
Yeah.
But it got to a point where I was on holiday at Christmas and I looked in the mirror and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I just was like, I felt miserable in myself.
Yeah.
And I was constantly working all the time. And again, wasn't letting go, wasn't letting people in my team. And I was like, I really need to change this.
Yeah.
And, Women in Estate Agency will always be something that I'm massively proud of. I'm passionate about still being involved in. But it's a big commitment being on the board. I was doing probably at least half a day a week on Women in Estate Agency. And I had to take a step back when I realised that when I was doing Women in Estate Agency, I was doing that on a Sunday because my daughter was at hockey and I wasn't going to watch her play hockey. And it's like what Stephen said, it was like, hold on a minute, this isn't right. Like,
I was just about to say that.
I need to, why am I working 6 days a week for what, So I had to look at myself and go, what is it that I can, for 4 years I did a lot, but I had to look at things and go, I need to start looking after myself. And there's certain things in what I've got to look at and go, can I give my all to that?
Yeah.
And I think for business owners as well, it's difficult to look after yourself and sometimes be a bit selfish. Clients will say, oh, can you have this call at 7:30 on an evening? Now, a year ago, I'd be like, yeah, no problem. 7:30, I will, Craig, my husband, he'll do bath routine or take the kids out for a walk. And now I'm having to be really strong and go, no. The last call is 5 o'clock. And if you can't respect me And if you want
Well,
to sell
it says
or do
a lot.
this, then you need to find the time for
Says
that.
a
And
lot.
it is very, very difficult to do that. And I'm not saying that it's perfect, but again, as a business owner, I think you do have to put certain boundaries in place. Otherwise, you'll burn out.
I think anyone listening to this, certainly in our industry, because we're built to please people, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the strongest and most weaker sides of being that kind of personality, where you want to get others' needs and you want to help people. And sometimes your needs just disappear.
Yeah.